कबीर लोग जे निंदे बपड़ा, जेह मन नाही ज्ञान। राम कबीरा रव रहे अवरत जे सब काम। ओ है लड़का बेचैन, लड़की बेचे को कबीर परदेसी के खागरे चौहद से लागी आग खिंथा जल कोयला भई तागे आँच न लाग कबीरा खिंथा जल कोयला भई खापर फूट मफूट जोगी बपड़ा खेलयो आसन रही भेपूत कबीर थोड़े जल माछरी जीवर मेले हो जान एह ढोंगने ना छूट से फिर कर समुंद समान कबीर समुंदर न छोड़िए जोत खारो पोखर पोखर ढूंढते भलो न कहे है बोए कबीर ने गोसाए बह गए भांगी नाही कोए कबीर ने गोसाए बह गए भांगी नाही कोए दीन गरीबी अपनी करते होए सो होए वो है लड़का बेचे लड़की बेचे गोए साझा करे कबीर स्यो हर संग बन जगरे को है लड़का Today we would stay with the English language for a change because there are some young souls present today in the congregation and they may not relate with either Hindi or Punjabi. Ko hai ladka beche? What is a ladka? A son. What is a son? An offspring of something, of a parent, which basically brings the news of the future. My youth is my past. My son is my future, is bringing a news to something. It tells me that this is what my future, this is how the people will remember me, and that's why in the Indian subculture, the male child became an absolute necessity. In a society which is male-dominated, male-oriented, the name of the child is taken from the father. There were societies where the names were taken from mothers also. There have been both paternal societies and maternal societies in existence, and they are there today also. But in a paternal society where the name is from the father side of it, then the name dies if there is no male child, and that's why there was so much emphasis of the future. So why is Kabir worried about the future? The reality is Kabir is not worried about the future at all. He's worried about the present, right now. So who's the Larka here? The Larka is the senses, the one who bring the news of the outside world, not in the future but in the present. The senses, 5 senses, they are the Larika. Then what's a Larki? What's the daughter? It is ko. Every sense, every karmindri has a sense which interprets it. In Sanskrit we call them shrutiyan. Karmindri, Jnanindri and Shruti. The one which gives the feeling. The nerve ending gives the signal, this is a feeling of touch. But who's interpreting this? That's a feeling of touch. Nerve ending has only sent the signal to the brain that there is a touch. A type of signal has come to the brain. What is the energy that interprets that it is a touch, it is a smell, it is a taste, it is a hearing, it is a sound? That which interprets it is a sister. One which sends the signal is the brother. One interprets it is the sister. They are working in conjunction. Larki, larka. But where is this bechani word coming from? Ko hai larka bechai. Bechana means to sell. Again, if you take the word literally, you will not get to the essence. Ko hai. The word starts with ko hai. There is a rare human being. Some very rare human being comes to this earth and does what? Ko hai larka bechai. Sacrifices the physical senses as well as the temporal senses. Ko hai larka bechai. Larki becha koe. Because if you only suppress the physical senses will, and if you want to experiment, you can try it tomorrow. Just say that you're going to fast. And just for one day, I'm not going to eat or drink or do anything. Just one day. Try what happens. Everywhere you will see the shops full of sweets, fruits. Every moment you will remember the food. What happened? Why certainly the mind fixated? All you said was, for one day I am giving a rest to my stomach, to my digestion system. What happened to the mind? Mind is revolting against the word suppression. Because you are, it's not that I am not hungry. It's not that bhook nahi lagi. It's not that I have transcended the hunger. No, I have ordered my body to say no. Okay, so I can suppress that. Suppression will always come calling back on you. It will not ever let you go. And that's why there is no meditator who would suggest that you suppress something. Those of you who listened to Rajneesh few years back, that's how he got misunderstood. Because what he was trying to say was, suppression is not the way. Transcendence is. Transcendence is different than suppression. And then people say, well, he is giving the license to do everything. What he was saying, that if you are not able to transcend, it's not going to serve you anything by blocking these senses. So what you do? He says, become aware about the sense. Become alert. Watch it. And if you cannot watch it, if you cannot be alert, you might as well indulge it. Because there's nothing going to happen. As soon as he used the word indulge, people said, aha, got you, son of a gun. You are the one who is encouraging us to. But he was totally saying the opposite, and that's exactly what Kabir is saying. He's saying that's a very rare human being. And normally what they do is say, ko hai larka bechhi. Somebody will come and suppress the senses. And what would somebody else say? Somebody will say, well, dull the senses. Don't interpret it. खाने को बेसवाद कर दो, कुछ जरूरत नहीं है. Taste has no meaning. Some will go after the thought process and somebody will go after the other one. But they both misunderstood the purpose. There is a very, very rare human being like Kabir, like Farid, like Ravidas, like Namdev, like Nanak, those who would come and would give the secret. You say, what is the secret then? If I am not to suppress the senses and I am not to indulge in them, then what should I do? He says, Saja kare Kabir syo. Can they watch the Bhagat, watch me, watch those who have gone on this path. And what are they doing? Saja means bhaiwali, partnership. He's not saying I make my guru. He's not trying to become the Jagat Guru. He says, mere bhaiwal, mere equal ban jao. Become my partner. Partner in what? He says, I'll give you a type of business which will help you to not only transcend the physical attractions or the mental attractions, it will help you to transcend. And what is that then word? He says, Saja kare Kabir syo, har sang banaj kare. Har sang. So he's not keeping any mediator. Majority of the organized religion will point you out to a mediator. Fla guru hai, wo sant hai, go over there, he is the better, she is better. Ye Devi, ye Devta, ye Mandir, ye Masjid, everybody has their own shops. And they'll point you into, go to this, go to that. If he says anybody who's pointing out you there, they are again trapping you in the same thing. They are detaching you from one and attaching to you another. So what happened? Only the toy changed. Game is the same. If earlier the toy was this master, now the toy is that master. If this was this temple, now it's that temple. If पहले हनुमान की सेवा कर रहे थे, अब गणेश की सेवा कर रहे हैं. गणेश की छोड़ दिया, राम को पकड़ लिया. राम को छोड़ दिया, शिवा को पकड़ लिया. फर्क क्या पड़ा? You only change the statues. The process remains the same. He says, no, if you are true on that path and if there is a true messenger, what would he say? He says, Saja kare Kabir syo, Kabir jaisa. Bhakti karne kaise? Har sang. उसी का कनेक्शन बनाया. No mediator. Why do you need the middleman when you have the direct path? Go directly. There is a very rare human being, rare soul that you will come across who would say, go directly. Normally they'll say, come through me. And that is the most alluring trap for the soul. We get pulled into that very quickly. And Kabir says, if you fall into that game, either they will teach you to suppress the physical senses, or they will tell you to suppress the mental senses, and on top of that they will say, follow me. I am the way. I am the path. And he says, that is not the true path. And he is not giving the true path as a guru either. No, that's the beauty of the couplet. He says, Saja kare Kabir syo. Become my partner like me. And what I am doing? He says, I am in the business of talking to him directly. Har syo banj kare. I have no mediator. A spiritual revolutionary challenges the myths of the society and points out the real thing in it. And that's what Kabir starts us tonight with the first couplet. Says, Ko hai larka bechai, larki becha koe. There is a rare human being, but at best what do? Either they will suppress the physical senses, larka, or the mental or inner senses, larki. He says, no, I'll bring you to the real, here's the real message. Saja kare Kabir Syo. Become my partner, not my disciple, not my follower. And I'm not teaching you what you should do. Just do what I am doing. That's it. You come down, sit down with me. I'm talking to him the way I'm talking to him. You can learn, you can talk to him too. Saja kare Kabir Syo. Harsyo banja kare. Do this business if you really are truly trying to get on the path of spirituality. Otherwise, it's a game. Otherwise, you are deceiving yourself and you are deceiving others. And then he goes on to say, Kabir, ehe chetavani. Chetavani means a warning. To be alert. He says, I am making you alert. Now, is he talking to others? Is he saying to others? Then it will be preaching, isn't it? A spiritualist never preaches. See, he's talking to himself. He's using himself, and through him he's communicating. He starts with the word Kabir. He says he's talking to himself. Kabir, ehe chetavani. Kabir, this is the warning. Be aware, be alert. About what? Mat sahasa reh jaye. So there should be no doubt about this. Don't you ever complain that nobody ever told you. Nobody ever warned you. This is the most interesting phenomena in human psychology. When you don't know something and you do it, you are forgiven. You are ignorant, you are unaware, right? But when you know and you still do it, what excuse you have? What defense you have? What explanation? None, right? Now, let's look all of us inside. Don't we think we are the smartest human being? Right? Don't we? Why we argue with each other otherwise? If I'm not the smarter one, why would I try to prove you wrong? Why? Why I'm fighting? Isn't it? So if I'm the smarter one, I think I know. That's why I'm trying to prove you wrong, right? So if I already know it, then why I'm doing it? Why I keep on repeating the same thing? Same behavior, same pattern. There was a study done here very recently. I was surprised to read the findings. They were trying to find out which is the longest surviving species on this planet. Because the dinosaurs went away. So they were wondering, would the human go away also? And the research was, first find the longest surviving species and then find out what their secret of survival is. You'll be surprised the research. Mice. The oldest, longest surviving species on the planet, a mice, a rodent. Okay, now they want to find out the secret. What is the secret? They created a maze, put a piece of cheese in the maze, and the rodent found, no matter how complex the maze was, he found the cheese. Once he has gotten used to getting the cheese from that spot, now they put a little electrical conductor there. Every time he will try to catch the cheese, he'll get a shock. So he smells the cheese, goes few times and gets a shock and come back. After 3-4 tries, they took the shock away. Now no matter how fresh the cheese is, the rodent is not going there. The rodent would not go to the cheese. And their conclusion was that this is the only species which does not repeat the mistake which harms them. They change their behavior. They were harmed only 3-4 times, and after that they would not repeat their pattern. Even though now the cheese is totally risk-free, the rodent is not willing to take that chance anymore. I'm done. Tried once, tried thrice, no more. Even though it is now freely available, it will not repeat that behavior. Look at us. Look at the human species. We live 50 years with each other and we conflict the same type of punishment on each other for the whole life. Keep on getting hurting, keep on hurting others. We are not going to change the behavior. Are we? We don't need to ask anybody else. We don't need to look at anybody else. Whether we are in friendship, whether we are in relationships, husbands, wife, brothers, sisters, boss, employees, doesn't matter. Even if we are hurt, and then we hide it under beautiful words. वो क्या है? आज जीवे आशा मरे निराशा. आशा तो रहती है. We always hope that something else is going. And what is the hope? The other will change. That is the hope. I won't. I am okay the way I am. The other is not. So there is a hope the other will change. उससे बहुत हर्ट हो रही है, बहुत सजा पा ली, but the other will change. Never say to ourselves, we will change. And the Kabir says, Kabir ehe chetavani mat sahsa reh jaye. Don't have any doubts about it. This is what is going to happen. And don't ever say that nobody told you. You have no excuse. All saints from eternity has been saying the same thing. What? What's the message? पाछे भोग जो भोग वे तिनको गुड़ लाया खाए. Now this is a typical Punjab thing, so let me explain you the background. In Punjab, when you go to buy something and there's a little child with you, then Dukandar, the shopkeeper, will give little thing which is not included in the price of the things. उनको कहते चुंगा, चुंगा देता जाता बच्चियां. पंजाबी का typical word है. The little child will be given some sweet, some candy, always without the child asking for it. And if the mother forgets, the child will demand that I have come to the shop, I want my candy. Now that has no price. It is not included in anywhere in the weights. On the shopkeeper does not increase the prices because the child is getting this thing. Nothing is affected by that. That is considered a goodwill gesture. Now what will happen that if the child is not there, the mother will ask for it. Today child hasn't come, give me the candy for him. They will take it. That's ritual. Now look where Kabir is going with this. He said, Pache bhog jo bhogve. Bhog bhogana. To live the life of carnal desires. To live in the physical senses. Bhog bhogana. Pache bhog jo bhogve. Bhog bhogan to baad. After living the carnal desire, what is the end result of this? He says it's like जो वो बाज गुड़ लाके खाता जाता है, that little candy which has no value. पाछे गुड़ लाके खाए. The value of spending the life totally immersed in gratification of the physical senses is not more than that little candy that child gets at the end of the business transaction. He is valuing the life of carnal pleasures and the life lived in the pursuit of the spiritual bliss. He is comparing the two. He says that compared to this is nothing more than getting the extra candy, extra good, extra sweet from that shopkeeper. Don't you ever doubt it that nobody ever told you that once you are there, oh my God, the life is wasted. I have totally lost one janam, one life cycle has been destroyed because nobody ever told me. He said that you are not going to be able to say because I am telling you. Who he is telling you? himself. He's not telling it. He's not saying that you are wasting. He says, Kabir, me, I am telling myself. What? Kabir, ehe chetavani. This is the warning. What warning? He says, Mat sahasa reh jaye. Don't you ever dare tell anybody that nobody told you before. There's no doubt about it. About what? Pache bhog jo bhog hue. The life that you are spending in the pursuit of carnal pleasures and physical desires, its end result is not more than the candy that the child gets at the end of the transaction at a shop. That's the value of this. Then, what should I do? Look how sequentially he's building the consciousness. Next sloka comes, he says, Kabir, मैं जाने हूं पढ़बो भलो. Because he's living in Banaras. Banaras is the place which was the center of spiritual knowledge, study of Vedas and Puranas and all kinds of religion. The biggest university in India about the spiritual and mystical literature was in Banaras. But what happened there? At best they created the people who could lecture, like me, who could talk. That's it. Have nothing else in there to show for. But they made good money, unlike me. And we see that all the time. People come here, right? And how freely. Actually, I went to India and we were talking about this, and somebody over there actually chastised me in a way, said, you Americans spoil these people so bad that once they come here, then they expect the same thing from us. So what do we do? He said, but you forget when you give $20 to somebody that it has been multiplied by 50 times. So when we give $20 to them, they look at us as if we are making fun of them. So now the 20 rupees means nothing to them because they are used to getting $20 from you. And you don't adjust, and their greed keeps on growing up and up. And that is true. I'm sure Shalini probably can shed more light on this. That every year you go, everything is getting pricier and pricier and pricier. So it's not the pricier only from the shop who is selling you the tomatoes and potatoes. Even if you go to the Padre and your Brahman and your Gurdwara and your temple, the same story there. Their fees are going up also. So this ceremony now doesn't cost 101 rupees anymore. This is 1001 rupees now.
They have to pay for those tomatoes.
Exactly. They have to pay for those tomatoes and potatoes. But they have nothing else to show for. And Kabir says, first I thought to himself again, Kabir, मैं जाने हूँ पढ़बो फलो. I thought that okay, is the study of literature and Vedas and this the best thing to do? He says, I learned very quickly, though it is not. Because he found as to what they have to show for. So he says, Kabir, मैं जाने हूँ पढ़बो फलो, पढ़बे स्यों फल जोग. I discovered पढ़बे स्यों. पढ़ाई नालों pala, better. Jog, bhakti, meditation. He says, I quickly discovered that the intellectualization of the concepts have nothing, it has done nothing for anybody. So what should I do? Say, padbe bhalo, padbe syon bhaljo. To rather than analyzing the word, actually practice the word. Padbe syon bhalo, better, jo. Practice it. Meditate on the word. Just take one word and that's enough. I learned that just studying, just analyzing the scriptures have no evolutionary quality in life. So what did I do? He says, I started living that. Parbo palo sab jog, jugti, to do it, to learn that technique and actually practice it. Bhagat na chhado Ram ki, pame nindo log. He says, now the world can criticize me if they want. They can call me mad, they can call me queer, they can give me any title they want. I know what? Practicing that word which I am saying is of the highest quality. Bhagat na chhado Ram ki. I am not going to leave bhakti, the meditation of that highest being. Ram does not mean Ram Dasharath ka putra. It's not the son of which Ram? The Ramya Hua, the God, the one who's everywhere. Ram is used in two sense. Just see now, isn't it funny? My parents could have called me Sher Singh, and Sher means a lion, right? And if I'm scared of getting in the dark, how big a lion I am? The name has nothing to do with what I am, isn't it? It is the gift, it is the characteristics that makes you what you are, not your name. So word Ram does not necessarily point out to what we try to interpret it. There was a Ram which was a son of a king, around whom the story of Ramayana is written. He was a king and avatar in his own right. Kabir is not talking of that Ram. He is talking of the Ram in the sense Ramya, the one who is all pervading. He says, I am in touch with that ultimate force, ultimate energy, and I am not going to deviate from that path even if I am condemned by the whole universe. I am okay with that title. Bhaktana chhado Ram ki, pame nindo. Nindo means to critique, to criticize, to analyze. Don't do this. Oh, what does he know? He just sits down and he just chants the name and he does nothing else, and look at the family and look at his children and look at his wife. That's what the people will say. He has no big home, he has no wealth, he has nothing. All he does is sit down all day and do Ram, 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 Ram. So what about his, and you will run into these questions in your own self. If you are to adapt the path of meditation, if you are to devote the time to sit down and do something, the first thing is going to come, what about that job? What about that work? What about that appointment? Could you not make more money? Could you not do something better? Kabir says, I know. What is that? There is nothing better. Now, because this will not bring the wealth, this will not begin the name, this will not bring the fame, none of us are willing to make our children another Kabir. We will ask them to become the president, even though in today's world the word president is a 4-letter word. Nobody wants to follow Clinton's footsteps, do you? But we will still say, be a big person, have the power. Even though we know power corrupts absolutely. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. We will never back off. There is not a parent, including myself, who would tell the child, become a saint. You don't need to earn anything. Go do meditation. Bhakti karo jao. Koi zarurat nahi hai ye kaam karne ki. None of us will say that. Kabir says, I say that to myself, and I tell to the world, and I tell to my children, I tell to my wife, there's no better thing to do. And he lived that. Do you know how long he lived? 115 years. The longest age of a saint in the modern era is only about 500 years ago. He was in the 14th century. He lived that long. Very simple life. He used to knit the clothes. He has his own home shop. That's how he made his living, by knitting the clothes. Kabir log came de bakoda. He says that's okay, now the people are criticizing. But now the question is, how can anybody criticize? Whose criticism should be of value? If somebody, see, that's one of the conflict between the children and the parents. Biggest root of that is what? The parent says, look, I've been there. I'm telling you from experience. And what does the child say? Well, you weren't smart enough. I know better today. You were not educated in the same university I am. You didn't go to the same college. You didn't have the same tools I do. So I'm going to beat the system. What's the other argument? Well, how do you know if it happened to you, it will happen to me too? I'm not like you. That's what Kabir is saying. He says criticism of whom should be honored. So the one who knows the both sides. The people would know mostly about the outer world, the world of senses, right? So they can criticize about the world of senses. How can they know about the world of the bhakti? They have no idea. They have not seen the taste of meditation. They have not seen what it feels to be in that blissful state. So how can they even pass a judgment? So I say that's okay. Kabir, log je ninde bapda, je man nahi gyan, they have no awareness. Gyan, look, it's underlined. And is underlined. Gyan. Which gyan? He says, if they want to critique me, they can critique me only from the awareness of the outer world, the world of senses. They have not enjoyed the world of inner beauty. So, how much value do they should I put on their judgment on me? पागल की बात सुन के कोई अपना घर थोड़ी छोड़ देता है, right? We will say he is just a mad person. So what? He doesn't know. If there is an insane person trying to tell you, look, I'm staying outside, why don't you come outside too? What are you going to do? You say he's just insane. He doesn't know. What is the idea of being in house? What is the pleasure of being in a house? So I'm not going to follow that. He says, if the people were to come and critique me and say, Kabir is gone mad, say, how much value should I put on their words? Because they only know one side. But I know both sides. I'm living the life of physical pleasures. A wife, 2 children, a job, a work, society, eating, living, sleeping, dreaming, I'm doing everything. Yet, I also know what the inner is. So, I should not be what he's trying to do? He's trying to build the confidence of those who will face these obstacles. When they get on the path, they will face this. They will face this criticism. Right? Well, last week, Jagdish ji keh rahe the. He was saying that when I feel like I am in the middle of the night, suddenly get up and I feel like doing my Simran or listening to Bhakti, now I am disturbing, should I be worried? The answer is no. Why would you be worried? If somebody is disturbed, it's his problem or her problem, let them worry about it. So long as you know you are on the right path. Now, if you are doing the bhakti to get on the nerve of somebody else, and the people do that, they start singing very loudly, early in the morning. And you want to see, go into India, look at it, they put loudspeakers. Right? Yeah, she knows it. Early in the morning, there will be loudspeakers on the roof. And somebody inside will turn the full volume, and they start chanting. And if you tell them somebody is sick, they need to say, well, we are helping them to do meditation. Look, what a beautiful deception. Hiding behind such sounding words. We are helping the soul to evolve. Are you evolved? The one who is helping the others evolve about him. If he or she knew about it, they won't do this. Because the one who is on the path will know in that village who is really fond of actually getting up 2 o'clock in the morning and do meditation. They will go to that house. They don't need a loudspeaker to wake them up. And in today's society, where there are 3 shifts going on, day shift, evening shift, night shift, imagine the person who just did the night shift and they are trying to sleep. And the loudspeaker comes up. We are trying to do good. Islamic countries are absolutely known for that. And Kabir says, Sai, Mulla Munare kya chade, Sai na dehra hoye. That person who actually is giving the sound, I think you can probably explain it better. Mulla Munare kya chade? Mullah, that the person, Munna, that the minar, the top on which he stands up, and then he puts his hand there and he says, Allahu Akbar. He wakes up the whole village. So Kabir says, he said, why are you yelling? Mullah Munare kya chade? Why you are up there and why you are yelling? Is your God deaf? Sai na behra hoye. He says, is your God deaf? Can he not hear? Why are you yelling? But he says, what? Look, jaan karan tu bang de ghat hi bhitar soye. The one you are calling outside, that he is sitting inside you. Why are you yelling? Ya karan tu bang de. The one you are calling with such a loud voice, he is not out there. Ghat hi bhitar. He is inside you. So just shut up, close your eyes and try to listen to him. So rather than listening to his voice, he is yelling his voice and under the guise of I am helping others. And he is lost himself. Because he has no clue who is calling. And Kabir says, wait, what are you doing? Kabir log janinde bapda jehman nahi gyan Ram Kabira Rav Rave Avar Taje Sab Kaam. He says, I don't care when the people critique me. I know one thing, Ram Kabira Rav Rahe. I am in touch with the ultimate energy and every other action has become absolutely mundane. I am not, Avar Taje Sab Kaam means I am not attracted by them, I am not suppressed by them, I am not pulled by them anymore. I am only pulled by that name, I am only pulled by that voice, not the voice of the outside world. Kabir, Pardesi ke ghagare chahod salagi aag. Pardesi. Pardesi means the one who is visiting, traveling. Des means your own country. Pardes, someone else's country. Some foreign. So why is he talking about foreign? He never went to a foreign land. What is he talking about? No, he's not calling them. He's saying this is the Pardes. The soul has come here. This is not his own. This is not the place which they usually belong to. He belongs to the ultimate source in another dimension. Hence, soul is visiting here. If it is visiting here, who is this? Pardesi. A traveler, a visitor. The permanent home is not here. That's why no soul can stay on the earth ever, permanently. Every soul will take a young body, will grow up, will grow old, and then go away. And then, isn't it similar to that now the children are visiting parents, everybody has brought the laundry, right? Mom has to do it. Right. Same thing. Come home, brings the laundry, get new clothes, and go back. I have come home. To who? To the parents. Where is the soul? Whose soul is the Father? The ultimate Creator. What I am doing here? Well, I have come to visit. This cloth is going to get old and dirty, and I am going to go change the clothes and come back. You say, is that what you continue doing? Would you not ever settle down? Do you want to continue doing this? Kabir, Pardesi ke ghagare. Ghagare means the door. This home where you have come, the door. What is the door? The body has 9 doors through which the energy goes outside. What are those 9 doors? 2 eyes, 2 ears, nose, mouth, and the passage of the waste of the body, human body. 2 passages for the waste of the body, 2, 4, 6, 7, 2 ears, 9. हर जियो गुफा अंदर रख के वाजा पवन बजाया बजाया वाजा पवन, 9 दरवाजे पकड़ती 10वां गुप्त रखाया. 9 doors are known. The 10th door is the secret. And that is the door which needs to be seen. That need to be sought. That need to be found. That need to be discovered. It's in you, in every human being. That's the design of the body. So he says, all doors are doing what? Chaho dis lagi aag. They're all as if they are on fire. What does fire mean? Agan, Trishna, the attraction, the burning desire to satisfy the carnal pleasures. बहुत भूख लगी है, खाना दो, पेट में आ दो. Feel something is burning. Hunger, satisfy करने, get the food quickly. Thirst लगी है, आग लगी, get the water quickly. All senses, when they are in extreme, that's why, where this term came from. The animal is in heat. Where did this come from? A fire. All senses, when they are pushed to the extreme, it gives a feeling to the body as if the body is on fire. The fire is the one which actually also digests the food. Isn't it? It's raising of the temperature. Body maintains the temperature constant under all odds. Isn't it? The trembling, सर्दी लग जाए, trembling क्या है? That's the involuntary reaction of the tissue to vibrate at a fast frequency so that it can create the heat to warm it up. That's why we shake. It must maintain that temperature all the time. So he says, all 9 doors are on fire. Then what should you do? He says, if you stay consumed by that fire of 9 senses, 9 doors, khintha jal koila bhai. Khintha means the body, the pehrava. Khintha, the yogi used to, all those yogis used to wear a cloth, long cloth, that's what's called khintha. Khintha jal koila bhai, tage aanch na lag. He says, you have one of the two choices. You can stay consumed by that fire, and what will happen? The body will burn and it will become just a charcoal. But you have a choice. It says you can go into the meditative state of existence and a taga. What is a taga? In every necklace there is a thread. Right? The necklace without the thread cannot stay intact together. All of the pearls and the beads will fall away. But that thread keeps that together, but it never appears outside. Only the beads and the pearls, right? It hides behind. If you see the thread also, it's no longer a necklace. So that's why all the necklaces have pearls all the way going from here to here. The thread should not be visible. But the thread is what keeping it together. That actual inner force, the one that's not visible, is called taga. So he says, you have the choice. Either you can get connected with taga, the inner force, or you can get trapped by the outer force. The 9 doors which are on fire will consume the outside body, but if you get tied to the inner force, which is the taga, that one will remain untouched. The senses, the fire, would not burn the inner energy, the inner source, provided you are attached with that. If you are focused on the beads, then the doors are on fire, the life is getting wasted. Kabir, खिंथा जल कोयला भई, खापर फूट मफूट, जोगी बपड़ा खेलो आसने rahi bheput. He says, but everybody is not going to listen to this. It's not possible. It's not for everybody. This food is not for everyone. This thought is not for everyone. This work is not for everyone. Then what will happen to them? He describes in the next shloka. He says, Kintha jal koila bhai. The body burnt, became a charcoal. Khapar foot mein foot. Khapar, the head, the khopri, the one that is considered to be the strongest. Of all the bones, this is considered to be the strongest. That's why the brain is hidden here. Khapar moot vaboot, jogi bapda kheleo. Who's a yogi here? The one who's lost in the senses. Bapda means the poor guy, the ignorant one. Jogi bapda kheleo. He says he continued playing the game of the senses. Asane rahi bheput. Asan means behind. Bheput means the ash. The ashes are the only thing that is left behind, nothing else. Why? Because the nothing of the inner world was ever meditated upon. Nothing in the inner world was ever sought. The only thing that was sought, how much more money, how much more fame, how much more name, how long the life, how to prolong it, how to enjoy this, enjoy that, doesn't matter. We want to continue prolonging and extending the pleasure of the physical senses. Never ever understand that no matter how much we push it, they are going to run into their limit. And there is something inside every human body which is unlimited. And we are never ever given to go seek that which is unlimited. Kabir, thore jal machli jeevar mein leo jal. He's taking another parable now. Now he's talking about fish. Yeah, the one who stays hidden inside. One who keeps everything together, yet stays hidden. If you stay focused on that, then that is the one which is unaffected by the senses. If you don't focus, then see that reminds me of a beautiful parable which I had shared with some members here. Let me share that with the children today. That somebody had very little wealth left behind. He had only 17 animals. And he had 3 sons. And he wrote his will. He said, 1/2 to be given to the oldest, 1/3 to be given the middle, and 1/9 to be given to the youngest. And that's all the will says. So now they have 17 animals. So when they are ready to divide based on the will, now you know 17 cannot be divided by 2. Right? It's undivisible by 2. So they are very confused. Now there are already only 17 animals. They can't chop, kill the one and divide it in half. That won't work. Already few of them left. So now they are wondering, he said, well, what the hell this father did? He knew. So they are sitting confused, and somebody says, your father used to visit so and so saint outside. Why don't you go and talk to him? He was a wise man. He must have something to say to you. So all 3 of them went to that saint. So they gave their story and they said, this is our problem, what should we do? He says, well, don't worry about it, I'll solve your problem. Go in the backyard, I have an animal over there, bring it. So they go, bring the animal, and they say, well, you take it. No, wait a minute. We don't want to, we have not come to take your wealth. We just want to divide our own. That's all right. I'm a fakir, what am I going to do with this? It's just standing there. I don't use it. It's all right, you take it. Okay, so he forces them to take the animal. Now they are 18. Okay, so read the will. Father said half to the middle, say you take 9. 1/3 to the middle, you take 16. 9 plus 6, 15. How many to the youngest one? 1, 9. Okay, you take 2. How many? 17. Say, put my back. They are wondering, you say, wait a minute. We understand you solved the problem that I was supposed to get 9, he was supposed to get 16, and he was supposed to get 2. Why didn't he write it directly? He says, no. It was not a question of dividing the wealth. He was trying to send you a message. Children never listen to the parents directly. It's a known thing. You never came. You never sat down while he was alive. Did you ever ask him? Did you ever ask him how he feels? What he is inside? What kind of a human he is? What his disappointments are? What his dreams are? What his hopes are? What his achievements are? What his failures are? What he wanted to be? What he could be? What he could not be? Did you ever sit down and talk to him? Do we do that? Or normally we say, Mom, how much money I want to eat tonight? Right? Or I'm coming at such and such time, or don't wait for me. Is there any more conversation than that with the parents? Children don't do that. That's the problem of youth. It wasn't yours, it was mine, it has always been. So how does a father make the child listen to something of value about life? He creates a greed. So you had to go. He created a greed so that you can come to a wise man. That was his reason. Now, the message he's trying to send you is that you will have the problems in life all the time. Because life will not only bring pleasures, it will bring pain along with it. How do you solve the problems when they look so difficult? He says, go to the one who will be part of the problem to solve it, yet not be the problem himself. Right? He solved the problem, yet stayed outside. That one. This one animal that I am giving you, I have not given you. This animal only came to solve the problem and is still outside. Yet he is a part of the solution. Yet he is not of. He is of the world, yet not inside the world. Focus on him. Remember him. Whenever you run into the problems of life, he wanted to give you a message. That they will look like riddles to you. Don't get focused. Brain would not solve the problem. This is not a mathematical problem. Half and 1/3 and 1/9 is not a mathematical problem. Life is not that straight. Life has its own mysterious knowledge hidden underneath it. If you don't know, go seek somewhere. Don't depend on your own brain, because your brain will only think plus or minus, right or wrong, black or white. That's it. If this is, how can that be? The young brain particularly can do only that. It's trained to do that. Right? We teach the geometrical theorems. If A is equal to B and B is equal to C, then obviously A is equal to C. End of discussion. Now that may be okay in mathematics. It is not okay in life. When A is equal to B and B is equal to C, A may not be equal to C in life. So don't depend on your brain when you're looking at the value of life. Don't look at the logic. We argue and we fight and we do all these kinds of things. How can be this? How can be that? Why is someone like this? Why is someone not like that? Why? Because we are locked in that dichotomy. If this is this, then this has to be that. It never occurs to us that it can be this and that at the same time. This is right, this is wrong, not necessarily. Both can be right at the same time. Both can be wrong at the same time. Or they can be neither. All possibility, all potentials exist in life. And your father was trying to teach you. Look toward that mysterious one, which will be part of you, yet not part of you. That's that bhaga. That's the ultimate one. And that's what he's pointing out to. He's saying, Kabir khinta jal koila bhai. Khapar pood maghus, jogi bapra khelyo, asane rahi beput. He says, behind, the only thing is left is nothing more than the dust. And now he changes the example. Example is of the fish. He says, Kabir thore jal machli. There's a little pond, and if the fish is in that little pond, then he can be caught very quickly. Right? You don't need a lot of big net to catch, because the pond itself is so small that all the fish can be caught with a single sweep. So he said, then if the fish doesn't want to get caught, what should he do? So he should go to the bigger waters. Isn't it logical? This is Kabir, thode jal machli. Very little water, and there's a fish in there. Jeevar meleo jal. The fisherman came with one net, captured everything. So then what should I do? So who's machli here? The human soul. What is the little jal, this small world, this small planet? He compares this to a small pond. He considers the soul to be a small fish in there, and he says this, all illusions of the senses is the net. Everybody's caught very quickly. Say, well, then how do you get out of it? He says, well, there is a, you look at that fish, there's a beautiful solution to that problem. He says, E dhongane na chute se phir kar samundra samal. He says, if you stay, dhongana means a little toya, tibba, a little hole in the ground, a little pit. If you stay in the small pit, you're certainly going to be caught. There is no escape from it. So then what should you do? He said, go to the ocean. Get out of the small pit. Get into the ocean. What does it mean? He says, stop getting trapped into the little thing, the one who's the greatest of the greatest, greater than the greatest. Get attached with that. Don't get attached with the senses, get attached with him. Now you won't be caught. Just as fish cannot be caught then you won't be caught. Kabir samundra na chhodiye jao atakharo hoye. He says now there is going to be a problem. Because look how he takes the parable and then he expands on the parable. I mean, it's mind-boggling. More you go deeper into it, more you get lost in this. It's so amazing. He has taken the example of the ocean. Now you know that the ocean water cannot be drunk. I mean, it's very salty, almost poisonous. You cannot survive drinking the ocean water at all. As a matter of fact, the main reason the people, when they get lost in the ocean and they die, is because of the dehydration. Because that water, right? I remember that line, water everywhere and not a drop to drink. That's true of this. He says, now I am suggesting you samandar. I am suggesting you to go to the ocean. But ocean's water is going to be salty. What does that mean? He says, if I am suggesting you to go get connected with the ultimate, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be painful. If you go there, right, isn't that the biggest problem? We discuss this all the time. That if we take a few hours out of it and do meditation, we were talking earlier, what to do with the rest of the obligations of the life? The society, the family, the friends, what to do with that? He says it's not going to be easy. Kabir samandra na chhodiye jao atakharo hoye. He says, but be careful. Once you are on that track, don't come back. Don't get discouraged. It's going to be painful. It's going to be difficult. But if you continue, पोखर पोखर ढूंढते भलो ना कह है कोई. He says if you keep on going from one pond to the other, this pond to the other, what will happen? You will achieve nothing. Nobody will say that this is the wise thing to do. If you today are with this saint and you stop this saint and go to that saint and then you go to another saint and then you go to another Mahatma and then you go to another sadhu, what? Rolling stone. Do you think that will get you anywhere? He says, no, just stay in touch with that one ultimate and don't go from spot to spot to spot. Pokhar means chapad, chota pond. Don't go pokhar pokhar. Pokhar pokhar ढूंढते भलो ना कह है कोई. Last shloka of the evening. कबीर निगोसाएं बह गए थांगी नाही कोई. Negosain. Gosain, go. Go means zameen, dharti. Sain means the Lord. ऐसे कहना गो माता. Or we change the word, we call it Gau Mata. It was not Gau Mata. It was Go Mata. Dharti ki maa. Negosain. Negosain. The one who's without. Ne means without. Go means the creation. Sain means the creator. Without the creator, beh gaye. They are all lost. They wasted their life. Thangi nahi koi. Why? So they didn't find the right guide. Thangi means guru, the guide, the malaha. Thangi nahi koi. They did not get the right guidance. They did not get the right message. They did not hear it. Why? Because they were not connected to the ultimate. They were all connected to this and that and that. Right? Just as you were asking earlier, कोई राधा स्वामी है, कोई नामधारी है, कोई सिख है, कोई हिंदू है, कोई मुस्लिम है. Everybody has created these little shops. But that's not the right teaching. The right teaching is go direct. He is for everyone. It doesn't matter with what language and with what name you call. Somebody was arguing the God must be white. And then there was another one who said, no, he must be an Englishman because he speaks English. He doesn't know any other language. How can he know any other language? Jesus only knew English. Those are the arguments. And then Islam comes around. He says, after Muhammad, everybody is dead. That's it. No more messengers. That's the last one. Only two. The Creator and his one Paigambar, and everything is dead. No more. That's it. End of discussion. No arguments. Everybody puts a claim as if he or she owns the ultimate. Mind-boggling how egoistic, how arrogant a human mind can be. And human species is the only one who can do that. No other species has that. No other species does that. But he says, why? Kabir nigosaye beh gaye, thangi nahi koe. So they didn't get the right guru. They didn't get the right guide. So then what should you do? He says there is one solution to this. When you don't get the right guide, you can wait for it. Under these circumstances, what? He says, Deen Garibi Apan. He says you don't need a master, you don't need a teacher, you don't need a guru, you don't need a guide. Just remember one thing. Deen Garibi. Be humble. The humility. Now remember, humility cannot be claimed. Right? Just as silence cannot be declared. Can you declare silence? Nice parable, isn't it? How would you tell somebody I am silent? As soon as you say I am silent, it's done. Silence can only be lived. Silence can only be shown. It cannot be declared. Humility can only be experienced and shown, not declared. I am very humble. And then you say, yeah, I am your servant. Yeah, of course you are. Then see what happens. He says, I am trying to be nice to you and you are taking advantage of me. That will be the immediate response. Because that humility actually is cloaked under nice words. What he is trying to expect from his response, that he is waiting for is, oh no, you are a great man. No, you can't beat our servant. You are a big leader. How can you beat? Please don't say that. No, I am very honest. The drama goes on. And the moment you cut the drama short and say, yes, you really are my servant, go get the water. See what happens. The drama ends immediately. Why? Bluff has been called. And then someone will twist your ears and that's not how to talk in society. That's not how to behave in society. When somebody says this, you are supposed to say that. That's how we teach social lives to our children, to ourselves. And then they try on us. Well, what does dad know? I just told him I'm sitting in the library. Let's go have fun. How does he know? Who taught him? Well, what he doesn't know wouldn't hurt him. So why bother? Who taught that to the child? We did. That's exactly what we do. All the time. Then we wonder. It says, you do not need to go to a spiritual master to understand the secret of the ultimate. Learn the humility.